How's it going out there? My name is Sunny, and I just recently bought a Proxxon hot wire foam cutter. I don't really quite know what the official name is. I'm going to try to build some sort of a domicile for my plunderlings. See, I got some here. Shout out to Lone Coconut. Got the plunderlings. Now I am gonna make it plunderling size because plunderlongs are a little bit big and plunder strongs are a little bit way too big, and I still suck at this. So I want to make sure that I can do something that is kind of within my realm of possibility. So I'm gonna use these. They are 1/12 scale, but they are a little bit smaller. I got my two trusty tools here with me. My square that I got from Dollar Tree. You'll see they're about a little over 4 inches. And then I also have my level, also from Dollar Tree, because I like to be cheap when I buy stuff. So I'm gonna start figuring this out. I was thinking about making something like a stone type house, or I think this one I'm gonna do kind of like building bricks and blocks and put it all together, make a little house for the plunderings like that. If you get grossed out because my hands are all dirty, it's because I work on my own cars. I had to fix a radiator yesterday, but don't pay attention to that when I'm cutting. Anyways, we're gonna go straight to the build. Thanks for watching. All right, so for starters, we're gonna take this little plunderling fawn here and measure him up. Like I said, he's about that 4 inch size. So he's about 4 inches, as you can see there, 4 inches. I guess I should show the camera. It's about 4 inches, right? Cool, give or take. All right, so the blocks that I want to make, I think I want to make them about 1 inch by 1.5 inch. Give it a good size. So I do have some XPS foam here. I can't see in the screen. Trust me, it's here. And so I'm gonna cut pieces of it, chunks of it, so I can slide it into here a lot easier and get those 1 inch by 1.5 inch pieces. I'm gonna cut it first with a razor blade, kind of crudely, and then I'll go and show you how I fix this up. So give me one moment, I'll get a blade. All right, so I've got me a piece here. Now, this may not exactly be a 90-degree angle or straight angle right there, as you can see. But I don't think that's gonna really matter with this type of a build because the blocks will be kind of cut crudely anyway. So we're gonna set this at the 1.5 inch mark. Since this is in a foreign measurement, because I'm American, I gotta make sure that I put this at the 1.5 inch mark right there. Bam, 1.5 inch mark, got my wire lined up right with it. And we're gonna cut that first strip at 1.5 inch. So set this little Proxxon here. Let's see. I'm gonna show you how I'll fix the edges here too in a bit. Actually, we'll go right here. Oh, okay. This did not lock in like I wanted it to. Guess I didn't put it tight enough. So get my 1.5 inch back right there. All right. Again, like I said, I suck at this. So if y'all are following along and y'all are new at it, cool. If y'all been doing it for years, my apologies. It's gonna be terrible. And actually, see, we have this slope here, so we're gonna just go ahead and shave that slope down first. so we get that. And these cut through just like butter. If you don't have a Proxxon and you're thinking about getting one so that you can do custom work and all that, I highly recommend it. I'll put a link to the Amazon. I'll put an Amazon link here in the description as well. So if you're looking to get one, you want to get one, there's that link. It is an affiliate link, even though this channel has no followers right now. I do have channels and accounts that do have followers, so they were able to give me that link. All right, so I got the little notch right there, but I'm gonna be okay with that. So we're gonna cut that 1.5 inch. Just go smoothly, keep my thumb out the way so I don't burn myself. I see other people, they go and like hit that little hot wire with their thumb. They're like, oh, it's not even that hot. You know what? I'm not gonna be that person. I'm gonna just play it safe. I've shocked myself with plenty of electricity and burned myself plenty of times that I don't really care to do it on purpose. We're just gonna keep cutting a few of these strips, 1.5 inches each time. I'm gonna use this whole thing, cut 1.5 inch pieces. And I know some people say you should give your Proxxon a break, so we're gonna go ahead and give it a little break after this 4th one. Let it, I don't know, recuperate, cool off. I don't really know why we're giving it a break. We're gonna give it a break after that 4th one. So we're gonna shut that off real quick. Wave the dangerous chemicals away from you. And give it a time right there. And like I said, we're gonna cut these into 1 inch pieces. So we're gonna move that guide to 1 inch, cut them so they have 1 inch by 1.5 inch blocks there. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's go again. Is the right edge? Yeah. And I just love the way it cuts. We'll probably speed through all this so you're gonna have to see every single strip. All right, so I got my pieces all cut. These are the 1.5 inch pieces. Now I don't quite exactly know how many I'm gonna need, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these into 1 inch pieces as well, or 1.5 inch by 1 inch pieces. Figure out how many blocks I have. Do a crude construction of what it's gonna look like, and then we'll determine if I need to cut more pieces from there. So I know some people like to cut a whole bunch at one time. Just be like, we're gonna try that. We're gonna try it. All right, we'll see if it works out. First, we're gonna go ahead and move this to 1 inch. So get my square here. Make sure I don't press down on this right here, because it does come up a little bit. But 1 inch is right there. Okay. So we'll tighten it down. Make sure it's on the 90-degree angle right there. And since that edge is not the smoothest, there we go. There was that smooth edge, so I just gotta make sure they're all orientated the right way. And get all the busted edges at the bottom. Oh, these have busted edges on both sides right here. Keep forgetting where the camera's at. So we're gonna deal with these here differently. These all have that smooth edge right there, so. This might work, it might be disastrous. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. All right, here we go. Kick it up. Might want to turn it just a little bit hotter since we're going through a lot more foam. And go ahead. I should also say you should be in a well-ventilated area. I'm in my open dining room. It opens up to the kitchen and living room where I got fans going. And I got pretty tall ceilings. Not like baller style tall, like not 14-foot vaulted ceilings, but they're like 12-foot curved ceilings. And I'm gonna get a rest since it's real red. And then we'll go back at it. Oh, that smoke out the way. All right. All right, and we'll go back. Now this is pink SPS foam. I have used the green foam as well. It's a lot thicker, a lot denser. It takes a lot more heat and strength to push it through. I shouldn't say more strength, but it's not like I'm weak, but it does get a little bit more. Or you need a little bit more pressure and heat for that green foam. You can see it right there on the right hand side, right here. Got some. Okay, let's give that a rest again. For some reason the hair fell off. I don't know where that hair came from. I'm bald. I have no idea where that hair came from. All right, get this last pass through right here. Sweet. Okay, now remember these other ones that both sides are kind of busted? This is what I do. I made this little thing right here so I could pass foam through it. So this is a perfect 90-degree angle. Let's see right there. That's a perfect 90-degree angle right there. And I just glued a thicker piece to the top side of it, offset it a little. That way I could put it here, and if I have a thin piece, let's see, why is it bumpy? Oh, okay. So if I have a thinner piece, for instance, this right here, and I offset it here, move my bar. So you want to make sure that the bar and this piece are far enough away from the wire, right there. And then you can just use this as a guide and push this piece across. Make sure you keep straight, and it'll cut that edge straight right there. Because that edge is not the best. So you could always make this a little bit thicker as well, so that way it braces better, or you can make another one for the other side and push it through, and you'll have it braced on both sides. I only have the one for right now, so we'll do that and push through, and then we stop. And now we got a straighter edge right there. Y'all can see, there we go. Straighter edge right there. And we're gonna do it to this back side as well, because I jacked that up with the box cutter. Big time. Like, wasn't even close. Wasn't even close how bad that was. All right. There we go. Both solid on both sides now. And we'll do these other two as well. I'm going to do these two together. Since it's thick enough, it can hold both of those. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. I seem to have got some of the foam stuck. Just peel that back. All right. I try not to do that. I really wanted to impress y'all my first video. I failed. I realized that. It's understandable if you don't hit like and subscribe. It's more understandable if you do hit like and subscribe, because you're like, you know what, this guy's a loser, but I'm rooting for him. I want to see him flourish. All right, so those are good. Set this back at 1 inch. My trusty Dollar Tree square, 1 inch. I guess I could have did that beforehand, but I want to show you that and look real impressive to y'all. All right, so I'm going to start cutting them. I should explain that on my channel, I will also be doing miniatures for like Dungeons and Dragons, because my kid does play Dungeons and Dragons, and so I know he needs like little buildings and all kinds of little random setups. So that'll also be on the channel at a later date. Right now, though, I want to show my Plunderling some love and build them a domicile. I keep saying domicile because if I say house, I don't know if that means the same thing in every language. And I know that a lot of people be using proxim cutters in different countries and stuff. So I don't want to be too ethnocentric by saying that. But anyway, got all the blocks done. So I'm gonna get this out of the way and kind of crudely construct it, see what we're gonna look like before we hot glue everything together. I should say that sometimes when you do the pieces together like that, they get kind of stuck, they melt together. Just break them apart. Just break it up like ice, or people who do drugs, you can break it up like that too. Or, you know, if you're a home wrecker, the way you break up marriages, same thing, just break up the pieces however you can. You'll get a big pile right here. So this is a pretty good amount to start with. We're gonna see how it works out. There we go. All right. Okay, those are just scraps we might use later. So push all those aside. So how you're gonna construct it, of course, you're gonna do the opposites like that. I'm gonna actually do it not long ways, vertical. So I use less materials. So it's gonna kind of look like an igloo style. Unfortunately, I have to make it tall like this so I can see how many. I mean, he's a 4-inch figure, so you're gonna want to go like a 5 stack high. I keep forgetting where my camera's at. I apologize to you. All right, come on, get him right there. Get that wall behind him. So the doorway, if anything, gotta make it like a pyramid. So the doorway, like if anything, is gonna be 5 blocks high. So that'll be the doorway size right there. And then we can start to, when we got the glue out, we'll be able to glue across there and probably only have it 6 blocks high to begin with. This is a good base right here. It's about 5. That would make a good size little house type thing. So we're gonna go and do it 5 on the sides. I will do 5 by 5 by 5. I think that'll look pretty neat. Let's just go ahead and finish real quick to see what it would kind of look like. Let me do it towards y'all's side. That's what the nice thing would be. I'm trying to have a nice channel here where I'm a nice person. Other channels, I'm really rude, and I understand if you don't want to follow those. I do want y'all to follow this one though. Okay. If you drop them, it's like the slowest drop ever. It's ridiculous. All right, there we go. And so you get a good idea of what it's gonna look like here. And of course, when I get to the doorway, it's gonna be cut differently. I'll also leave spaces for like windows to make it look like it's a real little domicile. I also like saying the word domicile, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna try to front on y'all. I like that word. We'll put windows on both sides. I'm just gonna put this one right here so it'll hold the blocks in, because otherwise it won't. But basically it'll look like this. Okay, that's gonna be a weird gap across, but we'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I actually might have made a little bit more than I needed to. So that might be nice. Let's see, is that gonna stop? Ooh, all right. Because of gravitational pull or friction. I'm not sure which one is keeping that block there. But, oh crap. All right, y'all get the idea. I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing it together because it looks like it's gonna work A-okay. So I'm gonna get my glue gun and we're gonna come back, glue this all together and see where it goes from there. Give me one moment. All right, so I got my glue gun here. Once it gets heated up, I'm gonna start gluing these blocks together. I'm not gonna really talk, we'll speed it up. I won't say anything witty or anything, any sort of banter. I might have to hum music over it because I don't have any uncopyrighted music. So we'll just we'll see once we get done. Oh, I should mention that I got this glue gun from Walmart. It's pretty cheap, pretty good. It's a dual temp control. Dual, yeah, dual temp. Two temp, dual temp. High and low. I use it on the low setting. I know other people use different methods, different glues. That's because they know more than me. I'm going with this hot glue gun because it's worked for me so far. Oh, I do want to point out while we're still waiting for this glue gun to heat up, you can texture these using foil or rocks. For this one, I'm not going to texture them. I want it to look more like it's a smooth brick. So I'm not going to texture these. Also, because I'm lazy, that's what made me come to the conclusion that I want it to look like a smoother brick. But you can texture them if you want. I'm not going to texture these. Also, my first video, it's going to be jacked up either way. Okay, back to waiting. Also, I should point out, some of y'all are probably like, Sonny, why didn't you just make one solid brick and then cut it with make lines and stuff? I can do that. You can also buy the rollers. I got a roller for the miniature figures, but I wanted this one to look more just like bricks. So that's why I did it this way. Granted, the other way would have been a lazier way. I didn't cut all these pieces, but I also want to see what it looks like just to build something out of little bricks. Not sure why that happened, but we'll just cut that off at the end once it's all complete. Like I said, I'm gonna leave room for the windows here in this next spot and create the door as well. All right, so I got the basic building block here. I got 4 blocks left, so I'm gonna need to cut some more blocks. But as you can see, it kind of starts to shape up. I'm gonna cut some other half pieces to put into right here to fill those spaces. A little square window there and a rectangular window here. Go ahead and put the pieces to connect there and make that the window. And then of course for the doorway as well. And I'll put them all the way across again, and then we'll bridge it across the gap here. Now I do realize that I screwed up and I put these both on the outsides of 5 and I put these on the edges here, which means this is not going to be 5 across. It's going to be more like 5.5 across because these are 1.5 inch across. So I might have to shave some down so it's not too out of the rectangle shape that I was going for. So we might have to shave it down just a tad, fit it in there. We'll get that door frame put, because it is 5 high at this point, so that's enough for the door. I'll put that 6 layer across, and then we'll figure out the cover on top. But then we'll also, when it's finished, we'll start painting, and the painting will be the next episode. I suck at painting, so bear with me when I paint and struggle through that. But I appreciate it if y'all watched the video all the way through. I'm still growing with this. If you want to grow with me, follow along. Any questions y'all have, hit me up in the comment section right there. I'm gonna put the link to the Proxon, and if I can find the hot glue gun, I'll put the link on there too. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.